On behalf of the University Council and the University community, I warmly welcome you to this morning's ceremony. And I invite the Vice Chancellor,
as well as become a very dynamic hub for tertiary education in the region, as undergraduate students and master's degrees, and we have 5 students. We expect to keep on increasing as
the Pro-Chancellor and Chair of the University of South Pacific Council, Ambassador Winston Thompson, the Vice Chancellor and President of the University, Professor Jess Chandra, Your Excellencies, the Ambassadors and Commissioners, members of the Diplomatic Corps, distinguished guests, graduates, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, Ms. Humble of Naka. I'm deeply honored to be part of this graduation ceremony in my capacity as Fiji's Head of State and Chancellor of the University of South Pacific. And I bring to you all the warm greetings of the government and the Fijian people. It is with much pleasure that I extend our collective congratulations, as well as those of the university, to all the graduating students. Our level congratulations. All the hard work and the sacrifices have paid off. Each of you is now a qualified intellectual. You have the world at your fingertips. Your qualifications will be a game changer in your lives. You now have every opportunity to excel and do well for yourselves, your families, your communities, and your respective countries. I am particularly pleased and honored to personally officiate at your graduation ceremony today. This is a role I take seriously because you are all the product of the concerted efforts of all the countries that own the university to develop our human resources. And I have every confidence that many of you, graduating students, can become leaders in your respective fields of endeavor, leaders in your respective communities, and even leaders of your respective nations. I also believe that your contributions can and will have a profound impact on the Pacific as a whole. In conferring your degrees and awarding your diplomas and certificates, I also wish to extend our collective and sincere appreciation to all those who have supported you in your journey. Your parents, your guardians, your spouses, your kind sponsors, family members including your children and your close relatives and friends. Ladies and gentlemen, as Fiji's Head of State, I am also grateful for this opportunity to briefly say that I look forward to strengthening the relationships between the peoples of our nations throughout the Pacific. This is vitally important because we are increasingly challenged to deal with issues that directly affect our islands and our peoples. Issues like climate change that absolutely knows no boundaries. The rising sea level has already started to affect all our low-lying countries, not only in the Pacific, but also around the world. Here in Fiji, we have relocated several villages to high ground, and we expect to relocate more in the years to come. Low-lying atoll island nations like Tuvalu is facing an even grimmer future, although I must commend the efforts it is now making to extend its shoreline. The global community, as indeed the Pacific community, needs to be united in order to decisively address climate change. It is the very survival of our peoples, our islands and humanity at large, that we challenge the world's polluters to abide by the Paris Agreement to reduce carbon emissions to about 1.5 degrees pre-industrial levels and not more. All of us in the Pacific are people of big ocean states, but we are constantly at the mercy of modern-day challenges such as climate change and trans-border crimes such as money laundering, people smuggling, transnational refugee migration, and illegal fishing, amongst others. And I strongly believe that our nation can work together to strengthen our capabilities to address these issues through ongoing education, through our support of regional and sub-regional organizations, sharing our experiences, advising expertise in our collective campaigns against these issues. As you may be aware, Fiji now holds the presidency of the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change, of COP23. And on this note, I wish to reiterate Fiji's appreciation to all the Pacific Island leaders who were present at COP23 meeting in Bonn in November last year, and who responded positively to our Prime Minister and President of COP23, the Honorable Marenga Bainimarama's calling and seeking the support of all Pacific leaders to rally behind him in ensuring the success of COP23. Their positive response was a living testimony to the solidarity we all have in our firm resolve to effectively combat the scourge of climate change to our people and our communities. We have said right from the beginning that our presidency of COP23 is a Pacific presidency. And I wish to assure you that during our term, we will always pour our passion into ensuring that issues of all Pacific small island development countries are effectively addressed through the United Nations processes. We continue to appeal for support from all our Pacific neighbors so that together we can form a united and strong voice within the global community. Because on an issue as important as climate change, we cannot afford to fall in our mission. We must keep this issue atop the global agenda. We look forward to standing side by side with all our Pacific brothers and sisters. And with your support and cooperation, we continue to work together, ensuring that all the previously marginalized voices of the Pacific are heard more now than ever before. To all the graduating students, I wish to share with you a very short story about one of the most progressive countries in the Southeast Asian region, Singapore. I shared this story at university graduations in Tonga and Vanuatu late last year. In the 1960s, in a graduating ceremony similar to one this morning, the then Prime Minister, now the late Mr. Lee Kuan Yew, challenged the graduates to make life more meaningful and stimulating. He urged the graduates to become triers, people who made the effort to bring positive developments. Singapore started its journey towards nationhood with no natural resources, but it has now become one of the model nations in the world that has made significant socio-economic progress because they focused on the one resource they had, their people. Specifically, they focused on the intellectual advancement of their people. All of us in the Pacific are very fortunate because not only do we have what Singapore has, our people, but we also have vast natural resources, our oceans included. We just need to make smart and sustainable use of our resources so that they can provide for us now and for our future generations. Today I urge all of you, the graduates, to make your lives meaningful and stimulating by making the effort to bring positive developments to your families, to your nations, and to the Pacific region as a whole. You now have valued academic qualifications. I urge you to be enthusiastic and ambitious, to be diligent, reliable, and develop good work attributes. Importantly, I urge you to develop the wisdom and the moral courage to always do what is right. Once again, on behalf of the university and on behalf of the government and people of Fiji, I extend our warmest and heartiest congratulations to you all. May Almighty God continue to bless you, your respective families, and island nations of the Pacific. Namaste. Thank you.
In a month's time, and